Hello everyone, it's Chapman here, and welcome to the sheer orgasmic delight that is a Napoleonic Wars line battle. Hosted by the 33rd Regiment, and as you can see it's the English versus the French. And we've got a lovely team kill in there from the 56E. See who these fine French fellows are. This is the 1st Brigade. As you can see, Colonel RSB. And there's a lot of Brits over here getting set up. Oh goodness me, it's the NR-59. There's Oberst Lama. And here is the Black Watch, the 92nd. As you can see, being rowdy and loud and, yeah, Scottish. Anyway, as you can see, the French are retreating here. William de Seize and also here Zoking from the 14E. They've been pushed back significantly, and the Black Watch and the standard forces have decided not to pursue any further. They've let them run. Oh goodness, an ambush. Look at this, over from the side of the building. We've got these fine fellows from the French army, 56th. Look at these guys, a couple of casualties. Now, who's sneaking around the back? Nobody round the back. So these guys fighting back, and now you can see the British forces moving forward to engage the enemy. And the engage, here we go, here's the all charge. So wow, only 8 minutes into the round, and yeah, they've started all charging. Wow. And look at this massive melee brawl here in the middle. And it looks like all the French have been vanquished. Now you can see on the French side there are 5 Frenchmen left. Now there's a good chance this is them, or some of them. Yes, this is them. Oh, and a nice team kill in there as well. Oh dear, the 14th. This could be a problem. The remaining French are now under attack by a bunch of rabid Scotsmen, supported, obviously, by other Brits. And there you have it. Over fast, and we'll move on to the next round. So, we return on the next round. As you can see, 75 players and 70. So, pretty even, really. Under the circumstances, a pretty, I would say, spread out map. Obviously, areas of cover, areas of open ground, which is going to be dangerous for the soldiers, obviously. And here we go, the 14th, making their way forward. William de Seize. And fighting occurring. There's Narrow. And that looks like Okoya Kraz. Now, as we move into the main sort of village area, I would say, well, it's kind of the outskirts of the village, really, or the sort of area between two. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there as these forces here, the 56th, and over here, the 32nd, led by their lieutenant, is moving in towards the building. Oh, hello. And you've got some additional French forces here. Judgmental stand from the RFB. So, it looks like they're going to be forming a defensive position in the building. However, these fine fellows from the Black Watch are pushing in closer and looking to engage their enemy. You've got forces over here by the door. Hatsu. And it's going to be interesting to see how these guys decide to breach. If they decide to breach. Now, see what I mean? Oh, that's bad news for them as they got ambushed from one side and also from the other. Now the question is whether or not the French are going to realise that and then come in to support their teammates as the Black Watch spread out to try and avoid mass casualties if they possibly can, and team killing, obviously. But there we go, a few more Frenchmen murdered. And now they might be in a stronger position to assault the building. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. There we go, down goes another French soldier. The last two men standing over here. And a nice murderization occurring. And now we can see the Black Watch can engage inside the building. Charging in. Melee weapons drawn. Looking to diddle the enemy with a large 17-incher. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Now look at this. The French are fighting tooth and nail. Doing a good job. Good account there. It looks like they've killed off quite a few of the Black Watch. Forcing most of them to retreat. Yep, that's pretty much what happens. Excuse me. So, the French have successfully defended the building. They've lost quite a few of their forces, but they got enough in there to kind of do what needs to be done. Oh dear. Lost another one there by the looks of it. So, let's see if we can find out what's going on. Yet more of the Black Watch over here. Here we go. Colonel LePage, the VA Guards. Oh, always good to see the moustache of command. And there's Philip Retta, Auguste, Martin, Antoine Pales. Oh, goodness me. National Dumbert, or Dambert, from the Guard. And ironic that they're fighting against the French army, but never mind. Henry Tonac from the PG. And at the moment, it's looking like the Black Watch are on the back foot to the point of being murdered. Look at this, Auguste. Doing a good job of defending himself. The Battle of the Carsey is still underway. There we go. And also Mackay comes in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, well, that worked out well. So the Battle of Carsey Strait has ended. Now the medics can finish it off. And that's exactly what happened as we move on to the next round. Welcome back to the next round. As you can see, quite spread out. Nice church over here. Obviously primed for a bit of drive-by worshipping, maybe. Difficult to say. But still obviously part of the town that's here. Obviously not big enough to be a cathedral as of yet, so it can't be a city. For those of you not aware, that's what denotes what a city is. It needs to have a cathedral. At least that's what I believe. I could be wrong. There'll be an expert on YouTube somewhere, or Google. Somebody will Google it. The world of the internet means that we've got loads and loads of instant experts on everything. So remember the old days when you actually had to know stuff? I know, it's mad. Anyway, let's move on to the battle. Find out what's going on. As the French are making their way up the main road, there's Judgmental Stan of the RFB. And that looks, it's a very VA Guardish. Oh no, it's the 14E, look at that. Lovely double line with some fine fifing. There's Clash and Narrow doing the fifage. So we heartily approve of such musicians. Now look at this, they're blocking the road with their bodies and some of the bullets as well. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens here, because there's the doctor in there healing up some of the lads. Oh wow, look at these guys trading bullets, musket balls between each other. It's all about the balls. And we have another detachment over here on the left flank of the British. The NR-59. Look at these guys, supported by the VA Guard. And of course the moustache of command that is Colonel LePage. Now, There we go. The most effective bullet ever shot in the gun. Those pistols, you might as well, to be honest, throw the pistol at the enemy. You stand more chance of hitting them. And our friend, of course, two-dimensional bird, is overlooking the battle. Some guys in the field here, as you can see, caught a few bullets. You've got guys moving up here on the flanking position. Look at this fine flanking work from the RFB. And also the 56E. And they're going to be trying to cut into the forces of the British Army over here. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to bunch up their numbers a little bit, keep the line together. And there we go. It looks like they've broken and VA Guard have lost a couple of members and they're now going to pull back. So they're in too exposed a position. They want to get back to a place of better cover. And obviously where they're a little less exposed. But the two teams, or the two regiments, working closely together to provide mutual support. Now, up here on the hill... Oh, goodness. There is a definite fight going on. So we're going to fly over here. And see Caesar Armstrong from the 92nd. And they're up against the forces, the French army. There's the RFB. Going up against the 33rd. Captain Tylerus in there. With a little bit of sabre work. The officer's sabre doing its damage. See, even the doctor, who's pledged not to kill, but not necessarily pledged not to die. But anyway, the French are now in danger. Belfort gets taken down. The 33rd Fusiliers moving in. Supporting the Black Watch of the 92nd. Look at these guys. Oh dear, and of course the obligatory Napoleonic War team kills. There's this man running for his life. There's Kraz from the 14E. Oh, look at this, a rogue bagpiper. Nicholas Sturgeon SMP. Looking to sneak around and maybe do a preemptive bagpipe in their face. Look at that, he's trying to stop them. Fantastic bagpipery occurring there. Oh dear. Oh, that looks painful. Looks very painful. Actually got a hit in the testicles by a cannonball. However, there are no cannons running today, so it's purely infantry only for these fine fellows. Now, oh, what's going on here? Okay, murder. That's what's going on right there. And we're back with the next round. Now, this is just a personal thing as far as I'm concerned, is I do wish that you could record demos in the same way that you can on Counter-Strike. Part of that is, you know, it would record the positions of all the players, all the rest of it. And it means that you could then go back into that recording and put the camera wherever it needs to be to try and capture all aspects of the battle. And I just wish that, you know, they had that in Mount and Blade. Even whether or not something is going to come in Bannerlord, I don't know. Maybe a mod needs to be done to do that. But I think it would be a wonderful thing if that was the case. Because, I mean, it would take a lot more editing and work to do the battles. But it also means that there's less chance of missing everything that's going on. Because, obviously, I'm a single cameraman and only see what's occurring in front of the camera. And as a result of that, some things get missed. You know, it's just... And also it would be nice to be able to record camera tracks for certain things, you know. So you can say, oh yes, I'd like this as a nice camera track here, a pan or a crane shot. Because that's one thing you can't do on this particular game at the moment. Which is a shame, because a crane shot would be good, you know, sort of crane up over the top. But also keep the camera pointing in the right direction. These are just things that I wish I could do from a production point of view. Well, thank you. And, you know, the recording process... The recording process is obviously limited in this game at the moment. By the way, Stockholm, happy birthday. Okay. He finally turned 17. Wow. I remember being 17 back in 1987. Judgmental Stan and the other members. Here's Cadet Luke from the RFB. Oh god, he was nearly corpse Luke. But he managed to make it out, survive intact. Fifing from Narrow is occurring, as these guys are getting into a stand-up fight on the main road. And opposing them is, of course, the fellows of the British Army. The Black Watch, with that fine ostrich feather plume on the top of their bonnets. Fantastic stuff. What's going on over here? What is he doing to that pile of hay? There's more Black Watch from the VA Guard. Move over onto the right flank to support their teammates. You've also got these guys moving up, supporting the VA Guard. Now, the French, sensibly, seeing that the balance of power, so to speak, is starting to change on the battlefield, especially with respect to their position's no longer tenable, so they've decided to pull back and try and find a better position to defend from. Now, obviously, defence from behind the stone walls would be better, but the large number of bushes in this area means that you're limited with respect to... limited with respect to cover. Oh dear, look at this, it's an ambush. Oh no. Oh dear, the 56th have been ambushed by the British. Oh, that was a brutal, brutal ambush, coming in there with bayonets drawn. And now the French contingent of the 56th are fighting for their lives against multiple rabid Scotsmen and Brits. Never a pleasant thing. Oh my god, he's going to get drummed to death. Yeah, that was kind of inevitable. Oh, hello. Who are you running? Oh, goodness, yes, run away. Oh, goes in for a quick attack. And look at that. And he got diddled well and truly. And now you've got over here the VA Guard. They are starting to push up. Let's have a look at the French. 21 dead now. 55 versus 62. So these members here from the PG, there's Albert and Dugatel and De Bourbon at the back. Oh dear, they're losing still some members, so they've got to cheese it as quickly as they possibly can. Because obviously it's not a good situation for them. They're in the open field. There's not a lot of cover available for them. Obviously, the further they get away, the better, really, because of the limits of the musket balls. And here is the Black Watch, taking pot shots at them, killing a couple. So a nice volley coming in there from the lads over here on the 92nd. Supported by Nicola Sturgeon from the SMP. Bagpiper extraordinaire with a fine moustache. And now the Brits start pushing forwards. Looking to try and pincer maybe the remaining French, of which there are 30 currently remaining. Let's see if we can find some. Oh, hello, RFB. Kevin appears to be AFK. There's Hudson, corporal of the RFB. Let's have a look around. Oh, there's Kevin again. Aha, look at this. The PG. -1. Oh dear. The PG now moving out, and they are supporting their teammates. Uh-oh. It's the 14E. And they're up against the 92nd. And there's the Black Watch. Oh, look at this. The French are surrounding the Black Watch. They may be on the back foot. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Harry Wilkie, Regimental Sergeant Major of the 92nd. defending himself with his sabre of command. And here we go, more Brits coming in. Oh, this can't be great. Oh, they better not shoot. Oh, there we go. Now, Llama moving in to finish off. And Narrow fighting for his life. He's going to have to cheese it as well now. Because he's got loads of very angry Brits after him. Look at this. And down he goes. Look at this. They're chasing the fifer down. He's going to turn and fight. And sadly, it was not to be. So, 7 Frenchmen alive. Tristan, turning to fight, kills the officer. Oh, lovely stab by Tristan there from the 14E. And now he's under attack from 5 Brits. This can't go well for him. Oh, he gets a kill before. So a good melee session there by him. Managed to kill a few enemies before he got taken out. Oh, I'm forcing a team kill there. Oh, double team kill, in fact. And there you go, United Kingdom win the round. And we move on to the next one. Not only are we on the next round, we've also had a map change. And there we go, the bright moonlight illuminating the battlefield today. Smoggy hills. So, the teams remain the same. Let's go and see what they're up to. They're getting out of the spawn, organising into the various regimental lines, and getting ready to move out. There we go, the 92nd. And Nicola Sturgeon, of course, doing the fine work with the bagpipes. So, Harry Wilkie, RSM, leading his boys forward. The fine fellows of the 92nd Regiment. Of which we've just lost one. Now, oh goodness, what's going on over here? Bit of graphical blurring, but I do apologise. But now if we look at the members of the 32nd, along with members of the 14E, up here on this advantageous hill position. Good position to be. Now, the question for us is whether or not they can make the most of it. Let's see. Who are these fine fellows? It's the PG. Look at them. Aren't they set up beautifully? And now they move out to try and intercept the enemy who is coming along their left flank by the looks of it. Now, are these... Oh boy, look at this. It's a punch-up with the 56E. And they're up against the 92nd. Melee combat in a darkened field. Under the glow of moonlight. It's difficult to say at the moment who's got the advantage as supporting fire comes in. Look at this. Yeah, it's not looking good for the French. There's Tropin from the 56th. He gets cut to pieces. And there you have it. But the supporting forces of the NR-59 taking down members who are attacking. Here is the PG looking to mop up the remnants. Nicola Sturgeon deciding to run for it. Recruit Michael Jordan, unfortunately, passes away. Oh, look at this. Officer on bagpipe action. Oh, look at that. Whoops-a-daisy. That's not going to go down well. Poor de Bourbon. With a nice team kill. I had to stand there looking in disbelief for a second. But now you can see the French continuing to fight back. Here you can see fine Pfeiffer of the British. Antoine defending himself against multiple encroaching Frenchmen. Look at this brutal fire, or brutal attempt to try and stop all those bayonets. You can't stop them forever. So the boys reforming and maybe chasing after this detachment of the Vieille Guard. But they're regrouping and they're wait. Stop that drumming. Dear oh dear. Anyway. All charge of 54 minutes, so not long now. Now the trouble is, the Vieille Guard need to watch out behind them. Well, Martin doesn't. He seems to have just expired. Look behind you, Lepage. Trouble is coming. And they're engaging those fellas on the top of the hill. Oh no, this could be bad. This could be very bad for the Vieille Guard. And they ran right past them. Okay. Well. Clearly I have my uniforms wrong. Anyway. Let's see what's going on up here. Up on the hill. The fire and the drumming continues. Remain okay. Oh my goodness, look at all the corpses on the top of this hill. There's been a lot of fights going on up here. But the French have still managed to hold the ground. And there you go, here's the all charge. So they've got to come down off the top of their hill. They're going to lose their advantage. Charging through the rocky areas onto the grass. Looking for the enemy who is directly ahead. So, let's see how things turn out for them. Stop drumming, keep running. So we're watching the French move in. And they're meeting the Vieille Guard and co. And it looks like the French might be able to possibly surround them. You see, you got these guys here moving round the back and the side to try and move in behind the enemy. You can see Auguste trying to defend against that. Oh, he gets taken out. And now you can see remaining Brits defending themselves from an onslaught of Frenchmen. And an onslaught is the relative word. More Brits over here fighting for their lives. And there we go, Lama taking down one of the enemy. Until in danger. Murdered horribly. And so one left alive. It's the drummer. And there he goes, poor drummer. We move on to the next round. Here we are in the next round as the boys move out from the spawn area. It is the 33rd. Yep. There's the Hunter. Gangster Boy. HSM Mark. Doing the 5-edge. Captain Tylorus. And Marksman Deadwolf in as an officer. With a very, very short sword. That's more of a toothpick than a sword. And they got a drummer as well. Lovely stuff. Who's the drummer? It's Duffman. Ensign Duffman. Now, supported on their right by the members of the NR 59. And them, supported on the right by the 92nd Regiment. Corporal Lorenz holding on to the Imperial Eagle of the French Army. Robert Sinclair, Colour Sergeant Major, picking up the flag, the colours. So, we look to see where the fire is coming from. You've got a detachment of the Brits, no doubt, over here in the foggy areas. The fogginess. Look at these fellows, don't they look lovely? And there is Avenik from the 32nd, doubling back. Look at that rippling fire effect coming in. Oh, look at that from the PG. And Belfort with a lovely kill, long distance. That was a fantastic volley. And another volley coming in from the 32nd as well. EA sucks. Oh dear. So, Doctor doing the work. Jean Plus. Doctor in residence. So, those guys trying to engage the enemy that is sitting on top of the hill. Seems to be a popular area for them. Obviously, they're going to take some casualties up there, but they probably have the advantage of being on the high ground. It's all about the high ground. Just ask Anakin Skywalker. As we're looking at Zahor 98 and his friends from the NR-59 now moving out to try and cover another area. Probably over here somewhere to offer some more fire down onto the field to support their teammates. These fine fellows of the VA Guard who are looking to try and push back. But one thing they've got to be careful is getting approached from the rear, and getting attacked and ambushed as a result of that. Look at this, brave fellows coming up the hill. Here from the RFB, they're coming up. Look at them, forcing the French to flee. Very aggressive play here by the RFB. And this is going to be interesting to see how it turns out for them. As they all get into a mass melee. I think it's fair to say the French have a slight advantage in numbers. More so now the RFB are getting brutalised. And we look at Major Lecole. Not a major anymore. So sadly for the RFB, their very aggressive push did not turn out the way they would have liked. As multiple bayonets were determined to prove that was not okay. Sir Jamal from the 14E, looking to get tied up with a little bit of French melee work. 3 versus 1, clearly, oh, nice kill. What's going on here? Now's not the time to be building. Yeah, let's hide behind a log. There we go, that's a little bit better. Gives them a bit of cover. And there we go, final explosive moment. Run for it! Oh dear. Gotta say, most determined engineer I've seen. In the middle of a battle as well. Stop it! Run away! There we go. The engineer now turning to fight, getting in a bit of a nasty punch up. Oh, fine kill there. Kills him with a spade. Oh, the humiliation. And another spade kill. Lovely stuff. Fantastic. And now the French come back in force. Oh dear, this is not good. Romainke running for it. Oh my god. Narrow. Oh goodness, this is going to be bad for Narrow. His bagpiping has ended. And he's managed to force a team kill. Even though his sudden turn to fight was not as successful as he would have liked. Yeah, this is time for Tristan to run for it. Unfortunately, it did not turn out to be the case for him. Well, we're back on the next round. And here is the French spawn moving out. All the regiments all organised into their lines. There's the Imperial Eagle, carried by Ryan Mackay. A fine eagle. Now, goodness me, it's a sailor. Keira Knightley, look at that face, goodness me. There's Nicola Sturgeon with the 5. Good stuff indeed. So, Harry Wilkie, RSM of the 92nd, pausing in position. Excuse me. Oh goodness, what's going on here? The 33rd. Nice double line. Getting organised and taking pot shots at their enemy. These fellows, look at this. A nice volley coming in. And a beautiful volley from the PG there. Now, they are supported on one side by the 14th. I hear more engineering. Okay, well that marks his corpse. So he's now moved from being a corpse to being part of the defences. Now, here, Ryan Mackay and the numbers of the NR59. Oh, goodness me. A brutal shot to one of the enemy. There's LePage and the VA guard. At the back even, is Gabrielle Paul. Now, they're getting quite aggressive. Look at this. Turn and fire, and a lovely volley into the enemy of the RFB. And now from behind the rock they break and attack. A lovely outflanking ambush coming in there from the VA guard. Can they make the most of it with the melee is the question. And it looks like they've got the advantage. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Sadly for them, they lost a few of their number. But the ambush proved to be successful. Look at that. Good stuff indeed. And now they're going to loot the bodies. Because, yeah, that's just gentlemanly. But it's a place to get cartridges, all that kind of stuff. So, now moving out. We have the 32nd. Complete with Tree Hugger Embert. As the fire coming down from the hill looks to try and cut them down. Fusilier Isaac and the members of the 33rd. There's obviously Ensign Duffman and Tylerus. Oh dear. Long distance fire attempts into the enemy across the field. Look at this. Tristan moving in. High explosive box. Yeah, that's nothing to worry about. There we go. He sets it off. Closest we'll get to cannon fire in this battle. Running through the hedges after the enemy. Oh, look at this. The PG has been ambushed. Through the hedges come the French. And now they're attacking. Oh no, look out for the sailor. Looking to slap people with the Imperial Eagle. And there's the all charge being given. Fine drumming work coming in from Duffman. A nice drum beat to murder people too. Good stuff. So, we'll have to wait and see now what happens. What's going on up here? Well, the end of this particular round is exactly what occurred. Look at that. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That has been it for your 33rd line battle. 33rd Regiment line battle, I should say. So my thanks, obviously, to all the regiments that attended. And my thanks to the 33rd for inviting me along to cast. I hope you have enjoyed this commentary. And we'll see you again soon for more. Take care, everyone.